Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cheap Haass, episode 17. In this episode, we're going to the Netherlands. We had a not so great race out last time. I keep saying that, but yeah, Williams have really picked up the pace, specifically Alex Albon. He's been kind of carrying the team on his back and kind of scoring those points finishes these last couple races. And he's scored all 6 points for Williams, who are now 1 point ahead of us in the constructor standings. Hopefully, we can bounce back here in the Netherlands. All right, so we're starting to run pretty low on parts here. We're trying to pump out parts as much as we can, but kind of throwing parts away every single weekend. As we replace the side pod on Porsche's car, we're going to replace the side pod, or the chassis on Porsche's car. We're going to replace the side pods on Pelot's car. All right, another issue here with Alex Pelot and his race engineer, kind of lower affinity. I guess he mentioned something about a contract. Yeah, it seems like we can't really do anything to fix it, and it's going to continue to hurt Pelot throughout the season. All right, so unfortunately, with the contact we had in the sprint race, we're going to have to make some new front wings. We're only going to do 2 because we can kind of pump those out really quickly, and then we're going to start focusing on some other parts to manufacture before we go to the Dutch Grand Prix. So the manufacturing is done on the front wings. We can now focus on making 2 new chassis. All right, we got another request here to sponsor a talent in F3. Taylor Barnard is 19 years old, but he's not American. So, and we're also not the Red Bull Driver Academy, so we're not sponsoring anybody. All right, so with our kind of persistent issues with trying to make sure that we have enough parts to make it to each race, I've decided to kind of make a big splash here, and we're just going to say, screw it. We're going to spend the $7 million on our factory to get it to where we can increase our car part manufacturing up to 3. Hopefully this is a good idea and is not something we're going to regret at the end of the season. We've completed our underfloor research or underfloor manufacturing. We have another slot opened up. So we're going to create the new side pods that we're running low on. All right, as we did in Belgium, I think we are going to start, or just bite the bullet and buy a new ERS and a new gearbox for Pelot. So here's the ERS. And here's the gearbox. This is going to be the last part that we can buy for the powertrain for the year. Getting ready for the Dutch Grand Prix. I think this is going to be our strategy. We're basically going to try to get a one stop to work. If we just don't even push the tires, we just let them sit and then just extend the runs and do as listed. We should hopefully cutting that stop out should help us maintain, possibly get ahead of the drivers near us. It's kind of a boring strategy, but I think this is probably the best bet for the race. Let's get into the Dutch Grand Prix.
Get ready for some fighting between the sand dunes here at the Dutch Grand Prix. Here's a determined Sainz lining up on the grid.
They're on pole and it's well deserved. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do.
Here we go. It's time to go racing. The drivers are ready and the crowds are waiting. It's the Dutch Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
Getting off the line there seems pretty messy. Should we put on ERS battle assist? All right, looks like Perez took some grid penalties there as well. We're just kind of sitting around. We can't really do anything. We're just going to be falling back here a little bit. We always struggle on that first 2 laps of the race. I'm not going to have them go full on the ERS. Pelot is in 13th. He's still ahead of Perez. All right, with Pelot cleared, now we're going to put him on deploy. We'll put him on deploy for a lap or 2 and just see if he can do something here. We got Pelot right behind him on, or Porsche right behind Pelot on the harder compounded tire. All right. Then we're getting pressure from Bottas. We're going to put him on Pelot, or him on push. DRS is now enabled. Hopefully Pelot can pull Porsche We can kind of get up there with Norris when Perez gets by him. Actually, gonna put Pourchaire on neutral and just let him sit. Actually, we're gonna have Flo actually sit because that's a lot of ERS being used. We're gonna hit this with 8 times. We're just gonna sit here. Let Pourchaire deploy. Get him by. Yeah, Polo seems to be struggle. He seems to kind of lack that overall pace that Pourchaire has. We're gonna have him go back down to neutral. Yeah, look at that gap. Just like every time we start this up, it seems like we're actually having the man. Albon's all the way up in 7th. Where's Sargent's in 17th? Yeah, Albon's doing a fantastic job this year. All right, we do need to actually have Pourchaire sit there and top up. So we're catching Norris. Right on Norris, actually. So we're going to put on neutral. And I think both of us got by. That's good. What's tires Norris on? Norris is on mediums. Keep an eye on this ERS here and see if we're a little too low. I think we're just at that point where we're good. I want to tell them to push, do anything. They just got it. I think they're just gonna sit here and overtake each other. And that's gonna be the race between the two of them. And that might actually be helping them. In some weird way. All right, as I said, I'm not going to sit here and try to tell him to push, so I think we're just going to have to go on 16 times here. Let's try to catch if something happens. Kind of fast forward through this middle part of the race. All right. Fast forward a couple laps. Pourchaire's behind. I'm going to have Pourchaire top up again. A little 16 times here. Get through a lap. Pourchaire gets ahead. Seems like we're catching on Piastri. It looks like we have... Oh, Piastri had a pit stop issue. That's good. We're right behind Pierre Gasly. A lot of pit stops going on here. We're going to have Pourchaire back on neutral. I'm wondering if Pourchaire is starting to get ahead and don't think so. We got Albon. I think Albon pitted for fresh tires, and that is a gut punch. Yeah, Albon's going to destroy us single-handedly this year, it seems like. All right, we're going to tell Pourchaire if Pourchaire gets ahead. Pourchaire just sit there. We're going to have him harvest for a lap or two. Go neutral. Gets passed by Norris. If we can get by Norris again. We're going to get through this race as quickly as possible. Albon gets ahead of Flo. We're going to fast forward here. Something crazy seems to be happening. All right, Norris pits. All right, and Pourchaire. All right, so Below is at that point where he's ahead enough. Window's open. All right, now he's going to get in that range with the tires where he's using up his tires a little bit. Oh, man, he's got another couple laps to do, right? Shoot. Yeah, all right. All right, how's Pourchaire doing? Okay, so we're going to have Pourchaire go light as well. We need Polo to extend, I think, 3 laps. All right, there we go. All right, we're gonna pivot cards. Go standard on in.
Box now, box. Copy, box.
All right, tires are cold for Porsche. It seems like we're a little too aggressive here on the strategy. Where is this warning? All right, it is a warning for the tires. All right. What's going on with Porsche? Are we hitting this time? We should be, unless I screwed something up. All right, I'm looking at Porsche. I was looking at the wrong part. That scared me. All right. Yeah, we need to get him to conserve again. Slow pit stop for Polo, but not atrocious. Do we need to save on these tires a little bit? Tires are cold again. And we're just getting overtaken by everybody. All right, so 105 on the... Yeah, we stretched these tires maybe a little bit too much. We're gonna have Flo kind of sit and harvest for a minute. Have him go light on the tires for a lap or two. It's not a good strategy call by me. Yeah, we're like melting pace right now. Pit options, we're gonna go on the medium tires. For share, yeah, we are just getting obliterated.
Copy, box.
Oh, I think
Here
for
we've
sure.
got a yellow flag.
No.
Right, we're at turn 9. That's the location for this one. Tries to get by. Oh, that's quite an impact.
Let's sweep rear wing damage.
Having seen it back, I think it's pretty obvious who was at fault.
The science just runs us over. That's fun. I should have stopped it sooner because then we would have been able to... Oh, so we get a 5 sec. Is that 15 seconds of penalties? Hold on a second. Okay, we only had a 5-second penalty. That is BS. And we're missing a rear wing. How off the pace are we? Are we losing, like, a ton of time? I'm actually debating retiring Porsche's car just to... Yeah, because we're not going to be able to pit to serve our penalty. Yeah, think we got too much damage, and our strategy is really bad. Yeah. Oh, screw it. We're going to retire the car. All right. Just save the parts, not use them up. This is Cheap Haass. Got to make those hard decisions. All right, so Blow's 16th. We are so far off of the points. We're about 40-ish seconds, it looks like. Yeah, we're already a lap down as well. Not a good strategy call at all. Really overambitious on my part. Tires got too worn. We weren't really doing a good job with our management. Speaking of, gotta manage my tires. Back them up until they're cold. And there's Sergeant. Sergeant's behind us. And we got Piastri behind us now. Standard. And we're going to have him deploy. And we're just going to watch this real quick. Actually, we're going to have him harvest. In the DRS, hopefully. Does get DRS. All right, fast forward to about here, and then we're going to put him onto neutral. See if we can do anything with Sergeant. It looks like Sergeant gets past. All right, so now Norris is going to be behind us. We can actually conserve a little bit on our tires to make sure that we can make it a little bit longer into this run. We have also run around and top up while he's doing this, so we can hopefully use some ERS need be. All right, tire wear or tire temperatures are down. Norris is super far behind us. What's everyone look like they're gonna do here? The strategy. All right, I think everyone's done with their pit stops. I would assume so, because you got to make it. I mean, you only got to do less than 20 laps, so I think we're screwed. So we're going to go 16 times here just to kind of continuously go through this. All right, Norris should be coming up behind. We're going to go back onto balanced. Where's Norris interval-wise? He's about 3 seconds behind us, and we got about 11 laps left in the race. Go late on the tires. It was a caution black.
What's happened there with Nick de Vries?
What is this? They're both out. This will be a big help to us. Nope.
It's not going the way that...
Oh, yeah, we're getting obliterated here on pace. Yeah, I think he's going to even overtake us on the straightaway here. Pretty bad. All right, top up again. That hits 105. We'll go back to neutral. And we're going to sit here. Where is 18th? Joe. Joe is all the way back here. So we should be good on Joe and de Vries. Back to neutral. Go back to light again. Yeah, so it looks like we're pretty solidly in 17th place until we get a safety car or something. So fingers crossed that something interesting happens here. All right, Joe is starting to get closer to us, but within 3 laps, I'm not super worried about it. And we're going to conserve our fuel as well. Keep an eye on Joe. Tires are cold. Last lap, I think we are behind the leader. Go full deploy, and we can actually use up our tires if we want to.
Max Verstappen.
And we crossed the line, 17th.
And today's winner. Well, that was a truly awful day at the office for the Haas driver.
They'll be very disappointed to have had their race end early. No driver wants that to happen, but now they just have to look forward.
And no doubt, Verstappen fans will be celebrating the Dutchman's achievement.
6 wins now in this season, they're not flagging. A mighty impressive victory.
All right, so your finishing order from the Dutch Grand Prix. Max Verstappen wins his home track, which is good for him. Not good for the championship. Sergio Perez up 11 spots, finished 4th. Stroll on the podium. Good news for us, Albon does not finish in the points. Bad news for us, that's probably our worst race we've had so far. I'm not expecting, crazy things here, and I know it was probably my fault, but yeah, still a kind of a bad day. But silver lining is none of our competitors that we're worried about scored points. Your championship gap extends. Leclerc still close to Verstappen, but not, super close. A bad race or two out of Verstappen, or Verstappen DNFing in a race and Leclerc winning would still swing it. And not a fantastic showing. The Aston Martins moving up 1 spot each in the Constructors' Championship, and we are still 12th and 14th. Same deal in the Constructors' Championship. Red Bull extend a little bit over Ferrari. Not majorly, but still enough to where, they need some stuff to go badly for them for Ferrari to catch. All right, so as mentioned before, that's definitely our worst race that we've had so far in this playthrough. We're not going to be, climbing back up through the field throughout the rest of the season. Hopefully, we're able to kind of pull some stuff out, as mentioned before. Hopefully, now that we've kind of taken all the powertrain stuff that we can and our budget is now depleted, we can just kind of coast through the rest of the season and maybe luck into a couple things. I feel comfortable that we are not going to be in a bad spot with our engines and stuff. Italy next time out will be pretty interesting, especially with how top speed hungry that track is. We should have a fairly unused engine to use there for both cars, so hopefully they're able to contend for that top 10 spots there. Maybe we can get some luck to go our way. Yeah, hope y'all enjoyed that. Have a good rest of your week, and like, comment, subscribe, all that dumb YouTube stuff, and peace.